Hello, my fob. Hope you've made another week. Marine Corps birthday tomorrow, hoorah. It's a tired weekend for some. No matter how we celebrate service, Veterans Day and all the rest, all those lives lost. Still getting lost in futile wars that we're not allowed to win. They tried to destroy our warrior ethos. They forgot we like to win. They forgot that some of us play the long game. My discussion with my mum. To me, short-term suck can be 10 years. Long-term suck can be 20 or 30 or more. I don't know what it is for you. My mum and her side of the family don't really care about the heritage or where the family came from because they're all American. And that's grand. But they only know the last couple of generations. My dad's side, we have strength to draw from because we knew our ancestors were strong. We knew their names, at least the ones that made any impact. Imagine being outlawed by the Vikings, who were outlawed before that by Europe, and as my father would say, we're still around. Imagine being outlawed for taking care of your people. Granted, all of the fighting across Europe was not exactly a good image for Vikings, but it was one of the beliefs of the Vikings, I believe, if I remember correctly, that we were to cull the weak. And I'd like to say it worked, but I'd almost say the Vikings were needed again. And the Scots, and the Irish, and the Germanic war tribes, and the people who fought and bled and died. If you forget where you came from, where is your strength to draw from? Now, some might argue that your strength is from God, and that is absolutely true. But God gave us tools to use. So use your tools to relight the fire in you. Please don't die. Please don't friggin' die, especially this weekend. It's heavy enough. All of those veterans I was closest to. I'm the last of my father's line of it. He and his brother are gone. My brother gone. I've got one left, but he's a bit of a... Well, once a twerp, always a twerp, and he is the baby of the family, so... Yeah, he's never outgrowing that. But God gave us tools to use, to draw strength from, and knowledge. And, if you think that way, worth. That if you can match your ancestors in honor, in strength of will, in character, that you can be worth something. Well, you already are for being alive, and I know that's hard to believe because I believe my worth is in my work and my honor. And because of personal weaknesses and foibles that probably none would blame me for being only human and all the rest of it. I blame me because I didn't keep my standard. And God's still working on us as long as we're alive. Apologies for the background noise, I'm on my mother's porch. But God gave us worth by creating us. And I know it's hard to believe. I know it's harder to feel at times. Please don't give up. Breathe another moment. Some say you can do anything for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 years. Whatever increment. If you go by tasks and productivity. Work first, play later, but the work is never done. So feel free to rest your body. I had to research what's wrong with me now. Vasovagal syncope, I think is what it's called. But my body will now check out on me. I don't like it at all. I did better when I thought of myself as a machine, properly fueled, in part. I was never the best at eating fast things. My body gained weight too easy, and it was too hard to lose. The more I worked out, the more muscle I gained, which kind of sucked when you're trying to make weight and all the rest of it. I was so thrilled for the war machine to be turned back on. I'm so thrilled for the changes that are coming, but you know what sucks? The enemy among us. Nothing but yourself is truly stopping you from even just patrolling your own yard. Okay, you're in a wheelchair. Okay, you're on crutches. I spent 6 years from the formation of stress fractures up and down both shins, according to the doctors when they finally found it, 6 years after their formation. But I was walking daily on legs that were literally trying to break daily. And I powered through. Now, I went to medical. I tried. I didn't want out of service, but when I couldn't marine anymore, I had to request them and the docs to stop fighting to find what was wrong and stop fighting to let me stay in, because I'd been fighting to stay in as well. But when I kept physically getting worse and I couldn't even walk 15 minutes, couldn't even walk 10 at times without my body wanting to sit. And that's where basic mechanics shot my butt, because if my joints still work and my bones still hold me, of course I'm fine. By the NOM standards I know, if I don't need a gurney and I'm not dead, obviously I'm fine for still being alive. While that might breed a certain resilience in one, it is not the healthiest way to be. Don't be like me. Please, don't be like me. You need to live. You need to do more than survive. You need your seasons of life, yes, and that comes with growth and pruning. Right now I'm pruning. For growth. For God, for country, in the end. I may have to get a new car, but I can still get out of debt that I somewhat was forced into and somewhat forced myself into. Because 2 of the debts were household improvements that saved me money, even with the payments being made on those things. And if I keep a very strict budget, very strict, I can be out of all debt except for my mortgage in 4 years or less, with God's grace and, of course, no unexpected bills, which life and Satan just love to throw at us. Everything that goes wrong is a test of our mettle, a test of our honor, our strength of will, our courage to be and believe and continue. What is your goal worth to you? What are you willing to go through? How tight are you willing to draw your belt to do what is right? Hard days are coming. It should cost you next to nothing if you do it right to plant local to your area trees that grow edible things. If you plant the seed from produce you buy. I am having very odd luck with spinach of all things. Now, everything else I tried died so far from cuttings from my groceries and things. But the spinach is doing well. And if I just end up with a buttload of spinach, my blood will be very iron healthy. And that is a small change. If you grow things that are hardy to your area and take little upkeep, Leutens, you can halve your energy, or, not energy technically, but you can halve your grocery bill. If you decide to do gutters or somehow get rain barrels to work, you can save on your water bill. I personally prefer having a well, but I don't get that choice at the moment. People in certain companies, in certain fields, they want you in debt. They don't want America strong. They want America enslaved. The whole rat race that was sold to us as prosperity. We're finally taking the blinders off and seeing it is not the way we were meant to be. Jihad is decreed. Where do you stand? Do you stand where you will have to pay the not a Muslim tax? Are you where there's a mosque and now you're in danger because you are? Every mosque is technically a military and indoctrination compound. Take care. Don't die before God calls you. If you wake up before your body, if you can find it in you, plead to remain among us. It's the only way I lived through a thing. Because I woke up without my body. And it can get called separate things old people want to, but I still woke up before my body did. And it freaked the tar out of me. I have so many duties still. I have so much to make up for by the feel. Because no matter what I do, even though I always intended to do the right thing, I'm human. I make mistakes. Some of them I even choose, which makes me a dunce, and not even a good kind of dunce. But I still hold my honor and I cling to it. Being above reproach sucks, but it makes the bad guys look worse when the truth comes out. I still have to fight things, and I pray you don't. I'd love for everyone's life to be sunshine and roses. If mine was the only one that sucked, it would be worth it. Please live. Happy birthday, Marines. God bless.